Hello, spiritual gangsters. How are you guys doing? Welcome back. I've missed you all so much. I do have to say this, bear with me, I am deathly ill. There is this weird virus that everybody's passing around, and I got it from work, of course. Everybody in my house is really sick too. So if I cough, I apologize. If I sneeze, I'm gonna try to keep it together. But today, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about the twin flame journey and kind of what we're going through right now as far as like spiritual warfare, as far as 3D, 5D, narcissist, empaths, light and dark. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Justin, Haley, and Selena. I just wanted you guys to know that, one, I miss you so much. I'm going to be having some time off, so I'll be able to focus more on my channel. I actually am going to be changing the channel a little bit. I'm going to be doing Get Ready With Me, so it's going to be tarot card readings on whoever you guys want to see, me doing makeup and talking about spirituality because I love to educate when it comes to spirituality, and whatever else you guys need as far as like subjects. What do you want to know? How to protect yourself? What do you guys want to know? So leave it down in the comments. How are you guys doing? This is going to be a little bit of a longer video. How are you guys doing? I miss you. The sun is out. My life has been wild. I've been, as you all know, I am very much on the twin flame journey. I am very much in union with my twin. I wanted to talk about the twin flame journey just in general and what's going on with Selena and Justin. So up until I met my twin about 13 years ago, and that's when my spiritual awakening started. Now, what happens is before you even incarnate to this earth, before you're born here, the decision to either to do the work on the twin flame journey is usually made. What happens is, and I didn't know this until recently, that it's up to the divine masculine to activate the divine feminine, and then the divine masculine has to choose the divine feminine and choose to do the work. So what's happening is Justin is not choosing Selena because he's not choosing himself. He chose a karmic. So now, can it change? Yes. But the thing about it is, I do believe that Haley has Justin so controlled and manipulated and in low vibrations, because if you haven't noticed, Justin Bieber's light has been out for a very, very long time. I know what it looks like when someone's light is out because mine was out for 4 years because of a karmic. And what happened is my divine masculine stepped in and helped me wake up to the fact that I was in a karmic cycle and very stuck. The thing about karmics is, karmics are usually narcissists, usually people who are very unhealed, who have generational trauma that gets passed along for many generations, but no one's willing to do the work. So they continue to pass along the really low vibrational behavior and traits. So karmics, what they like to do is, because they're unwilling to do the work, it's a choice. They choose to not do the work. They choose to stay low vibrational. They choose to stay unhealed. They trap people who are light workers, who are healers, to siphon their energy, to siphon their soul, to siphon their light. How they do this is through manipulation, through mind games, through gaslighting, through connecting energetic cords to drain, literally. It's breaks my heart to say this, but karmics do know how to physically connect an energetic cord to someone to drain their soul, to drain their life force from them. A lot of people don't even know what's happening to them sometimes. And so what happens is Haley has a cord, mini, connected to Justin, and she's draining his life source. She's draining his light. She's draining his abilities. She's draining his blessings, his talent, his God-given gifts, his manifestation abilities, and she's using it for herself. And she's manifesting. So she's manifesting with the gift that God gave him to do so. And what happens is they keep you trapped by blocking your intuition. So a light worker has, they're very intuitive. And they're very intuitive, and they're connected to spirits. They're connected to God. They're connected to their higher self. So what happens is a narcissist who's super unhealed will come in and literally suffocate a light worker, so they can't get messages from their spirit guides. They can't get messages from their higher selves. They can't use their gifts to navigate through life and to navigate and keep themselves safe. So that's called being trapped. So Haley has very much trapped Justin Bieber, and the smoking, the drinking keeps your vibration very low. It keeps you in fear. It blocks your manifestation abilities, so on and so forth. The thing about it is, at some point he has to make a choice. And I understand that people do go above and beyond to do spells on people, to bind them, so on and so forth. But he has to at some point make a choice to raise that vibration and to choose himself and to start healing himself. It's tough because I know that when I was in a karmic cycle, I was in there for 4 years and I had no clue. I had zero clue as to what was going on. I was grateful enough that my twin, my divine masculine, stepped in because he saw I was very stuck, and he saw that I was literally lost. It was like having a paper bag over my head and trying to navigate through life. You can't see, you can't hear, it's just you're stuck. And so my twin flame started reaching out to me through dreams, through, well, first I had to raise my vibration. So before my twin could actually reach me, I had to raise my vibration. He would pop in here and there, but if he's up here vibrationally and I'm down here, we can't connect because we're not in the same wavelength. So what happened was I got basically my ass beat to the ground, literally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And I got to a point where I was just sick of it. And the universe led me to people who helped raise my vibration, helped awaken me, which was a blessing. And I do believe it was my divine masculine's doing. So the divine masculine is the one who takes the lead initially. Takes the lead to get the divine feminine's vibration higher, so then they can literally magnetize back to each other. So through me having spiritual awakenings and doing the work, working out every day, meditating, deciding not to drink anymore, eating better, choosing myself over and over again, I was not only choosing myself, I was choosing my twin. And he was choosing me by helping me get out of the maze. I was stuck in a maze. So because the divine masculine, Selena is in her divine feminine, because her heart's open, she's loving. So she's attracted a soulmate. Justin Bieber is in his divine masculine, but he's not choosing himself. He's choosing a karmic. So what's happening, he's actually repelling Selena because he's in a very low vibration. Selena is in a vibration of love. So Justin Bieber is attracting karmics and negative, he's attracting karmics and he's staying very 3D, low vibrational. Selena's in the love vibration and attracting love, but she's attracted a soulmate because her twin flame has not chosen himself, which means he hasn't chosen her. So since her divine masculine's staying down here and she's up here, it's just done. Until he decides to love himself and get out of that karmic cycle. Now, karmics are tricky. It's tricky because it's unfortunate. Becoming a karmic and becoming a narcissist is due to trauma, due to not being healed, being very low vibrational, hanging on to anger, angst, hate, jealousy. I mean, every negative word I can think of. But they do know that they're stuck. They do know that they're vibrating very low. And instead of raising that vibration, what they do is they latch onto other people literally with their cords. Excuse me. Even talking about it makes me physically sick. It's hard because they're so low vibrational, but they latch onto people with their cords and they keep them very low vibrational with them. Being around that energy, like I told you, I was in a very 3D job and I'm clearing karma. Being in that low vibrational energy has made me so sick. Even talking about it makes me really sick because they're so low vibrational. So what happens is because they're not willing to look at themselves and do the work, they're not willing to be honest with themselves, They latch onto everybody else and they're like, oh, you think you're going to elevate and leave me behind? No, no, no. I'm going to suck the life out of you and keep you very low vibrational down here in the sewer pit with me. And what happens is entity attachment happens, demonic possession happens, physical fights happen, people's lights go out, illness happens, memory loss can happen, divorce can happen because you're literally, it's the vibration between husband and wife. Like right now, there's a karmic that I'm dealing with who is so low vibrational, people are actually, their marriages are breaking up. People are becoming extremely sick. People are having problems with mental illness, acne, weight gain, weight loss, extreme mood swings, entity attachment, demonic possession. You actually can't even manifest money when you're at that low of a vibration. It's bad. It's really bad. And I'm obviously a twin, and we're extremely high vibrational because we do the work, because we're of God, we're Pleiadians, we're of the light. And it's gotten to a point where I've been at this place for 2 months and I'm already physically ill. So if that doesn't tell you how low vibrational this person is, it's bad. I've never seen it this bad. And she knows what she's doing. She punishes people if they don't do what she wants, by doing spell work on them, by connecting entities to them, by physically hurting them, by keeping them in fear and bullying them, screaming in their face. It's pretty bad. It gets bad, and it hurts my feelings because there's such good people who are unfortunately stuck in karmic cycles. But at some point you have to make a choice. You have to know. And karmics like to keep everybody in fear, meaning in the lowest vibration, because they live in fear. They live in survival mode. So they're like, if I keep everybody else around me in survival mode, they're stuck. And that's when you have to make the decision, like, okay, faith over fear. Like, are you going to stay in at this point, it's like 1D. It's not even 3D. It's like 1D. Or are you going to do the work and raise that vibration? And a lot of people start to do the work and they start to move forward, and these karmics get frantic and they get panicked and they manipulate and they lie and they steal and they twist and they cheat and they do whatever they can do to keep people low vibrational. But that's when you have to make the decision. Believe me, I was in a 4-year relationship where I finally had a home, saved money, raised my credit score, but I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision to stay in this karmic cycle or to raise my vibration, do the work, and be like, God, take me where I'm meant to be. And it was the scariest thing I've ever done. And I had a really amazing group of people who helped me do it. But you just know. And that's when you have to make the decision. And where I'm at right now, they've made the decision to stay very low vibrational. They're all in fear. They're all so scared of their own abilities. They don't believe in themselves. They don't believe in their abilities. They don't believe in their ability to manifest. It's really unfortunate. So I've done everything I needed to do. My job is done. And I've handed it to the universe. And now the universe will sort it out. So unfortunately, Justin Bieber is very, very, very deeply caught in a karmic cycle. And maybe this child is exactly what he needs to raise that vibration, to see that, a child deserves love. A child deserves safety. A child deserves true love. Karmic love isn't true love. Now, there may be fond feelings there and friendship and loving. I believe that the empath does truly love the karmic, but the karmic can't truly love because they're so unhealed. When you're in the frequency of love, your heart is open, and the first thing you do is you choose yourself. Because the karmic cannot choose themselves because they choose not to. It's not real love. It's obsession and fear. It's ownership and making someone your property. Love and ownership are two different things. Love is freedom. Ownership is control, fear tactics, manipulation. It's a way of restraining someone and not allowing them to fly because you know you're going to be left behind. It's not fair. It's not right. You're taking away people's free will. And the last thing, if God gave us free will, how can anyone feel that it's okay to take away someone's free will? So what happens is a lot of negative karma accumulates behind these karmics when they're taking away other people's free will, when they're connecting cords to people's minds to control their thoughts, when they're keeping people stagnant from moving on to their destiny. A lot of negative karma collects behind them, and at some point it all comes full circle. So I'm actually going to say a prayer. I'm going to give it to God, and I'm going to release it all with love, light, and healing. So let's say a prayer. Call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel. I ask that you protect me as I perform this act of divination. I ask that anyone connecting cords to me, you disconnect. Anyone trying to tap into my frequency who is not of the highest good, love, and light, I ask that you disconnect. Now, I noticed that there looks like there's some kind of covering over my phone. So now I have a cord connected to me. So someone is actually tapping into my energy. So I'm actually not going to pull cards right now, because I just noticed that as I'm talking about this, someone tapped into my energy and altered my phone. So right now I'm not going to pull cards, but I will say this, you guys, raise that frequency with love. We're going to raise the frequency right now, because right now I literally just saw a cord come across my phone and I can't even see myself on the phone, which means someone is manipulating this reading. So here we go. Okay. Let me see if I can. And maybe even just change the angle of this. I'm actually going to change the angle and see if that helps. Yeah, see, my phone is doing something weird, which means that there's a karmic in the mix. Yeah, I can't even see. But anyways, okay. Well, instead of pulling cards, because right now there's some negative energy that's in my auric field, let's do this. Let's talk about ways that we can protect ourselves. Yep, there's a cord in my back. So let's talk about ways that we can protect ourselves. Keeping our vibrations really high. Meaning eating good foods, taking care of yourself, prayer, meditation, physical exercise, having nice, healthy boundaries is a great way to protect your energy. Also, clear communication, not being afraid to tell someone or something in a respectful way what you need, what you don't need, what you're going to allow, what you're not going to allow. Standing up for yourself and what you need as far as your boundaries, as far as what makes you comfortable and uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with that, and you don't feel bad for protecting your energy is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I really can't even see myself. This is wild. Okay. Yeah, this is... Yeah, unfortunately there's some shit going on here. But anyways, okay, so next. Keeping your vibrations high, recognizing when someone has unhealthy behaviors. Usually it doesn't take long for someone who is not meant for your highest timeline and your highest good to kind of show you who they are and what they really are. A lot of these people, unfortunately, are unhealed. What we do is we continue to treat them with respect, but we also hold space for us to receive respect from them. Not allowing people to manipulate you is not a crime. Not allowing people to abuse you is not a crime. Not allowing people to disrespect you is not a crime. And you do have to be careful, because sometimes when people are living in survival and all they know how to do is what they've been doing, they get desperate. And that's why I am so, like, I believe in faith, and I lean on my faith even more, because anytime I've dealt with these situations, and it's whether I've seen people in the medical field, unfortunately, get desperate and get other people fired, written up, they lie, they cheat, they steal, they manipulate, they control other people. The more I lean on my faith and give it to God and not hold on to that, because I know that no matter who you are, what you do, where you come from, we're all human beings walking on this earth. What we put into the earth comes back to us. It's just a mirror. And I know when I held a lot of angst or hate in my heart for people who were unhealed, I just kept manifesting them more. Excuse me. My God. So, right now, unfortunately, we're in spiritual warfare. There are a lot of things happening to keep the earth very low vibrational and very dense. That's why it's up to us, high vibrational people, to continue to do the work. We are very much in the middle of a spiritual war. What's happening is there are people here who are trying to keep you trapped in fear. There are karmics that are out more than ever, trying to keep people trapped in fear, trying to keep people low vibrational, trying to keep people very dense and very low. There is a 3-dimension, 5-dimensional split, which has already happened. So what happens is when these karmics come in to try to trigger you and try to lower your vibration to keep you down, you continue to raise that vibration. Get sunshine. Do yoga. Continue to dismiss them. Let them know that they're not welcome in a respectful way, because if you give and you give and you give, they're just going to take and take and take. Once you put your foot down and you decide you're not giving anymore, you turn around and they're gone. And the thing about it is, a lot of these people sometimes will actually see themselves to the front door. You don't have to do much other than protect yourself. You don't get angry. You don't return the energy that they give to you. You literally, when they're shooting darts, you move out of the way and know that everything that we put out comes back, and the universe is literally just a mirror. When they're shooting darts, they're actually not shooting darts at you. They're shooting darts at themselves. So just get out of the way and let that dart come right back. All you can do is, as a light worker, as a Pleiadian, as a starseed, as an indigo, as a healer, as a Buddhist, as a lover, as a friend, as a person who is honest, is continue to be true to yourself. Don't get wrapped up in the BS. That's what they want you to do. Remember to put you first. Remember why you're here. Remember that if you can recognize and you have self-awareness, one, you've already won. If you lead with your heart and your intentions are good, you'll never go astray. Your higher self in the universe loves you, and the more gratitude you show it, the more it will guide you to exactly where you're meant to be. If you're feeling stuck, it's usually because there's a lesson to be learned or something that needs to be seen. Chanting will help you become unstuck. Yoga will help you release. The more you release, the more the universe will show you what needs to be healed and what the next step is. The heavier and more dense and weighed down that you are, the more stuck you become and the lower your vibration becomes. So give yourself space to heal. Give yourself space to let go. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. And know that if someone is shooting darts at you, it has nothing to do with you. A lot of times, the anger issues, the outbursts, the manipulation is because people are so filled with unhealed emotions and traumas, it's just spilling out of them. They have no control over it. It's just bursting at the seams. And if you've never been in a place where you felt safe to talk about how you feel, when you felt safe to express your emotions and your feelings, or even felt safe to sit with yourself and tap into your intuition, to listen to how you feel, then you carry that with you and you never feel safe. And I feel like there's nothing worse in this world. I mean, you can physically lock somebody up and they can be free. It's about the spirit. If you are spiritually free and spiritually aware, then your circumstances don't matter. If you're spiritually free, it doesn't matter the size cage that you're in, you can fly. A lot of the times we're not gifted with the ability to feel safe. A lot of people haven't had the privilege of feeling safe, the privilege of feeling seen or heard because of the societal pressures that are put on us as far as paying bills, as far as making ends meet, as far as having kids. There's a lot of societal pressures. There's a lot of pressure in general to stay afloat, especially in this economy. So when you're just trying to make it, when you're trying to keep food on the table and feed your children, and make it to next payday, sometimes you don't have time to process or heal. And before you know it, we're a society of unhealed beings and everyone's just bleeding on each other. And I think that's where so many of the road rage accidents come from, and people hurting each other. And I don't believe that people are malicious and trying to hurt each other. It's just when your cup is bubbling over, it's going to continue just to literally ooze out. Usually, excuse me. This is why it's very important to keep your vibration high and then take care of yourself, because it can literally kill you. And I've been there. But usually your body will tell you what you need before your mind and your heart can catch up. Meaning, if you wake up and you're depleted of energy, you need rest. And I'm not talking about physical rest. I mean like soul rest. Meditation, yoga, releasing. When you become depressed, it's because there's something heavy. You need deep rest. When you're depressed, you need deep rest. And I'm talking about physical deep rest and soul rest. And it's usually because there's something weighing heavy on you that you have not processed and released. When you are anxious, it's because you're so far in the future mentally, you're not present in the moment. And when you're so far in the future mentally, your body is actually reacting in a negative way, meaning jitters and shaking and anxiousness. When you're not rooted, when your root chakra isn't healed, you're not rooted to the earth, meaning you don't know who you are. You're lost. There are so many amazing ways that you can heal yourselves, even if you're not necessarily quote unquote a healer. Technically we all are, because there's not one person I don't know, unless you are septic and have cancer and you're terminally ill. There's not one person that I don't know on this planet that if they get a cut, about 7 to 9 business days, that cut has closed and they're healing. So we are natural healers. There are just some who are mindful and do the extra work and go the extra step, and there are some who do the extra work and go the extra step to not heal, to avoid. I think we have to remember to have grace with ourselves and have grace with those who are not quite there yet. All right, let's pull a few cards. I'm only going to do 3 for Justin. I've noticed that when I do tarot in my room, And in my house, I open up portals. So let's say a little prayer. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, and Divine, I ask that you, now this is all allegedly, I ask that you protect me as I perform this act of divination. No negative energy can enter here. No negative energy, no negative entities can enter here. Protect me and keep a bubble of protection and light around me as I perform this act of divination, please. Thank you. All right, so Haley has manifested this due to money. Six of Cups came through, the Four of Wands came through, the King of Cups came through, and the Queen of Cups came through. So he has definitely chosen Haley. She's about her coin. A new beginning with the baby is coming. All right. Wow. The energy isn't bad. And you have to remember, when you are doing tarot, you're tapping into other people's energies too. So whatever they may be going through, whatever entities may be attached to them, whatever portals may be around them, you also have to be careful. All right, here we go. I'm going to pull cards on Justin's energy. He seems content. He seems happy. Okay. Usually the cards align right with what I'm saying. This one pops. Anything else? Stillness and secrets. The in-between. Nurture. Okay. All right. I hope everyone out there is staying healthy. I mean, I don't know what this sickness is, but it's like got me on my ass. He seems to be in a better place, more calm, and they might be doing, I think he's making it a point to stay calm and keep Haley happy and safe and healthy, because obviously she's pregnant supposedly. So, and this is all for entertainment purposes only, and this is all allegedly. All right, here we go. Can I get 3 for the future, please? Congratulations, please. Ooh. That was weird. Ooh. Excuse me. Secrets, please. When I said the card secrets, I literally saw Haley flash across the, like, I saw a flash of her, so she's definitely keeping secrets. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna make this quick. It's hot. Ooh. So the future, I just got really tired all of a sudden. The future. So they're obviously thinking about the future. They have a child on the way. I feel like Justin's content. I feel like Justin's happy. And what will happen is, if a marriage is usually on the rocks, sometimes people will get pregnant to try to redirect the marriage, try to save the marriage, whatever the case is. So we have the Queen of Coins, Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. I do feel like Haley made the judgment call to have a child. I do believe it was probably her decision and not his, because clearly she's calling the shots. I think she's about her coin. She's definitely interested in making money and continue to make money. The Eight of Wands is communication, moving forward. From what I gather, I do believe that this was Haley's doing. meaning that she was the one who decided, like, it's time for a kid. Revitalization. 3 of Swords, 8 of Swords, Knight of Coins. I do believe from what I'm getting here that their marriage probably wasn't in the best place. I think that there was a lot of sadness there. I think Justin was feeling very trapped. And part of me feels like she did this to try to save the marriage, to try to get him out of that funk. Because no matter what, usually a baby is very much a blessing. A baby is a blessing, is what I'm trying to say. And so what happens is when you're in a marriage that may not be great, where someone's feeling very stuck, very drained, very lost, sometimes we'll pop a baby in the oven just to kind of distract, redirect, or even try to save a marriage. Stillness. Stillness talks about meditation, being peaceful, listening to your intuition. So it's funny because the 9 of Swords in this picture is a mother, a father, and a baby, and then we have like a higher power, angels, ancestors, whatever you would like to call that. And they seem kind of distraught. To me, I just got worried. Like, this to me seems like worry. I don't know why anybody would be worried or feel worried or whatever the case is, but that seems to be like worry. And we have the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So fiery passion, the Ace of Wands talks about knowing exactly where you're going to go, knowing the direction you're headed in. And I think a family is something that they both wanted. And I do think that maybe this will keep them together for a few more years. I don't know. See, usually children do one of two things. Children are a blessing and they do bring joy, but children will either make Justin open up his eyes and realize that, yes, he's very much in a relationship and married to Haley, but is it true? Is it the kind of relationship that he wants his child to have in the future? I know that parents usually want their kids to have true, unconditional love. And so this might open his eyes to that and make him realize that his situation isn't divine. Is it love? I'm sure there's love there, but is it unconditional and is it divine? No. So, but usually when a child comes in, it makes the parents even more loyal and want to stick together because they want to keep that foundation for that child. So, now when I pulled the Secrets card earlier, I saw Haley flash across my vision. And 6 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and the 6 of Coins. I do believe Haley's afraid of being alone. The 6 of Cups talks about soulmates. Justin and Haley are soulmates. They're obviously not twin flames, but they're soulmates. And you can be very happy in a karmic soulmate relationship. I was for a little bit, and then I started raising my vibration and having spiritual awakenings, and I decided it wasn't for me, and that I wanted to do the work. But for a while, I was very happy. I did want to get married. I was trying for a child because that's what I thought I was supposed to be doing. So Haley and Justin have been together in many lifetimes, which is why she stalked him in this lifetime. So I do believe that she's very codependent. The 5 of Swords talks about feeling very codependent, afraid of being alone, afraid of being left behind, afraid of being pushed out, afraid of being not seen, heard, or felt. And a lot of times the karmic cycle comes from people being afraid of being left behind and being alone. And they do know that if they do the work, they can actually go anywhere, but they're not willing to do the work because it is heavy. Healing is not easy. It is heavy. It takes being honest and being vulnerable and being responsible. And some people aren't willing to do that. So I think that she's very much afraid of being alone, which is why she's decided to put a baby in the mix. And obviously it takes 2 to tango. It obviously takes 2 to make a child. But when you're manipulative and controlling of someone, that's how it happens. 6 of Coins. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, baby in the back. Okay. So Six of Coins talks about saving your money, financial freedom, financial abundance, financial gain, and planting those seeds so you're financially free. That's where Hailey Bieber's mind has been her whole life. Karma is linked to 3D. So narcissists are, so empaths worship the light, God, a higher power, source. That's their number one. Narcissists, number one, they worship money, material, greed, ego. That's their number one. They're very in that wavelength. So why Justin Bieber goes to church and he's connected to source, because that he's a light being. He came from source. There are some people who are karmic who did not come from that same place. So their God and what they worship and what is most important to them is the almighty dollar. It's feeding the ego. It's if they have the Ferrari and the nice house and the last name, they feel like that's what makes them important. That's what makes them have value. That's what makes them be seen. When those who are of the higher power, 5D light workers, what's important to us is source. What's important to us is keeping our vibrations high. When you're low vibrational, you can't manifest money. So that's why they latch on to those who are higher vibrational to siphon their energy and to siphon their manifestation abilities to use for their own gain. And it's unfortunate. But the only person that can break that cycle is Justin. So yes, Miss Hailey Bieber is very much about her coin. That's why she stalked him for so long. And that's why she cornered him into marriage. And that's why she's planning this child. Everything she does is very strategic, very planned out, very calculated. And it's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Sorry. So, next couple of cards, we have the Sun, which talks about happiness. Okay. You can be happy in a karmic relationship. The Wheel of Fortune, which is the Wheel of Karma, still upright. So, we're still in that Wheel of Karma. And then the Page of Coins, again, money. So the Page of Coins, you see these two does here. It's about money. And I get it. Now that he has a child, obviously, no matter what, he's fine, I'm sure. I don't think his finances would ever be an issue. But now that he has a child coming, it's definitely very much about making sure that child can eat, safety, 3D. When you have children, you are agreeing to be very 3D for the most part. Some people are able to stay 5D and manifest and be able to provide for their children. So next I have the Six of Swords. You see that Hailey is, what's going on is Justin Bieber has some childhood wounds that he has not healed. Hailey Bieber is healing them for him, or actually mirroring to him the childhood trauma that he has not healed. So he has mother wounds for sure, and Hailey is that mother for him. The Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords can mean two different things to me. The Two of Swords means, to me when I see it, these two swords are up, her eyes are closed, and so she's using her intuition to make a decision. She's using her intuition, not her actual physical vision. She's using her intuition to make a decision. But then you see these two hands are over the heart. A lot of times this can mean being blocked. You're actually putting up a guard and you're blocking out, or your intuition is being blocked. You're either blocking out outside influences, or your intuition is being blocked. So this card can mean a few different things. The Five of Coins means being left in the cold. Being left in the cold, you see this person sitting in the cold, they have one little fire, one little light, one little candle. I think a lot of this has to do with Justin Bieber being afraid of being alone. And I think Hailey Bieber's also afraid of being alone. I think Justin Bieber might be a little bit codependent, and so is Hailey, which is why they have manifested each other into each other's lives. So Hailey is just mirroring. Hailey is the karmic that is mirroring to Justin what he needs to heal. So Justin Bieber manifested Hailey because he has wounds, mother wounds, he has codependency wounds, he has wounds of feeling left out. When those wounds aren't healed, you literally manifest someone with the same wounds into your life. I know that when I was in my lowest, right before I was starting to have spiritual awakenings, I had a ton of unhealed codependency, not having boundaries, lack of self-love. So I actually manifested someone with the same wounds into my life because that's what I was mirroring out to them. So, long story short, I think that healing is the way. I think that we should never judge, ever. We should never judge someone for being unhealed. We should never judge someone for their decision on who they love, who they choose to love, the pace at which they heal, if they choose to heal. I've had to learn that recently. I got a little bit out of character with someone because they were just crossing my boundaries left and right, crossing the line, out of line, doing the most without doing anything at all. And these people come into our lives to mirror to us what we still need to heal. When a karmic comes into my life, it's because there's some things that I need to work on. Yeah, I can point the fingers at them and be like, they're unhealed, they're unhealed, they're unhealed. But if I was healed, no matter how much they're unhealed, it wouldn't trigger me. So there are some things that I still need to work on. It's totally fine. I do think that we should be gracious with ourselves, patient with ourselves. And if someone decides to choose the karmic over the light, we have to be okay with that. We have to release it and there's still lessons to be learned. There's still lessons to be learned. There's still wounds to be healed. They're not ready, and that's okay. I am open for personal readings, and I'm at goddessshay@gmail.com. I'll leave it at the bottom. I do love you guys. I'm in a very peaceful, I'm a little sicky, but I'm in a very peaceful space because I continue to do the work and choose myself. And there are going to be different energies and things that pop in to test you to see how much you have healed and how much of the work you have done. And just know that if you stumble and trip up, it's okay. Forgive yourself, give yourself grace, and continue to stay steadfast. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. The energy was a little weird in the beginning, and I apologize for that. But thank you for sticking with me for these lessons and this guidance, and I hope that I didn't bore you. And tell me what you want to see. I'm very passionate about makeup, so I think I'm going to start doing makeup looks and talking to you guys about spirituality because it's so important to heal. It's so important to keep those vibes high so we can continue to love each other, open our hearts, have grace, and know that if someone chooses to not heal, they're not ready. Plant the seed, and maybe in 5 to 10 years, 3 years, 1 year, it'll start to sprout. All you can do is have good intentions and give someone space to heal. But ultimately, the decision is up to them. I love you guys. Namaste. Hello, spiritual.